It's the continuation of a 5-game road trip for the Edmonton Oilers with a stop in Philadelphia on Tuesday night. Now, the Flyers, certainly it's been a tough season for them, sitting at 16, 26, and 10 so far this season, but they are coming off a 2-1 victory over the Washington Capitals on Saturday. It was their first win since February 1st. As for Edmonton, they're looking to get back in the win column after falling short in Raleigh, North Carolina. 2-1 was the final just 48 hours ago. They had an off day yesterday, but today on the ice was Kyler Yamamoto, Duncan Keith, and Brad Malone. Of course, the first two returning from injury. We will be hearing from Duncan Keith in just a few short moments. While in net, it was Mikko Koskinen in the starter's net. We're also going to be hearing from Brad Malone, who's set to play his 200th NHL game. Of course, they will be followed up with head coach Jay Woodcroft. Stay tuned in just a few moments.
Hey, Duncan.
How's it going?
Good. Back in town. Let's just go play.
Yeah.
Ready to go?
Feeling good. Yeah. Ready to go.
When you've played this much in your career, over 1,200 games, sometimes coaches, well, we need to see the guy a couple times in practice, but when you've played as long as you have, are you the guy that gauges sort of that ability to return coming off an injury?
I don't know if it is a matter of how many games you've played in the league. It's just kind of team's been on the road, and I was skating back home, so had a good skate with the team yesterday, and feel good. So ready to get going tonight.
Have you observed a difference watching the games and how the team has maybe played under Jay Woodcroft?
Yeah, I think everybody looks. We look more like we're a five-man unit out there in terms of moving around on the ice all together, supporting one another. So I think that looks like it's been an improvement defensively and offensively. So it's something that I think we just got to keep working at and keep going.
Pretty good memories for you guys in this building, going back to that 2011 Stanley Cup.
Yeah, we had some big
10.
wins here, but that was a while ago now. Definitely good memories of being in that room after the cup win. But like I said, it's been a long time now, and ready to have a good one tonight.
And you guys have something to chase down here, right? Like you're now in the playoff push. You're obviously back in the lineup. Just a thought on the opportunity that's ahead for you guys.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's all about. What we have right now. Big game tonight against Philadelphia. They're a good team, and they beat us last time in Edmonton, so it's going to be a good test for us tonight, and look to continue this road trip here and get a win, hopefully.
Duncan, Jay has incorporated 11-7 throughout. Looks like based on morning to skate today, that's a possibility. It was just a thought on how it's maybe different and maybe the potential that you might be playing with some younger defensemen. You've played a lot with Cody Ceci this year, 5v5, but you might be with Bouchard. I don't know. We'll have to see. Just a thought on that.
Yeah, I mean, in terms of who we're playing with and things like that, I don't think a whole lot of thought gets put into that. You just go play, and whoever you get put out there with, try to do your best and communicate out there, communicate off the ice, and and just work together. Hopefully, as a five-man unit, that helps things out. Goaltenders too, but biggest thing is just going and playing hard and trying to push the pace.
Is it different, 7D versus 6?
I don't know. Sometimes it is. I honestly don't really have too many thoughts on it. It just kind of go play, and when you get told to go out, you go out, and when you're sitting on the bench, you imagine what you're going to be doing out there, what you would do in the shift, and we've got good defensemen back there, so it's good to see these young guys, Lagesson and Niemelainen and even Broberg, obviously Bush too, coming along, as the season progresses here. We're definitely going to need them down the stretch.
It was a little bit of a scary-looking injury when you went down. Just maybe take us through what you had to kind of work through and how long you've kind of felt ready to return.
Yeah, I didn't really have too many symptoms, really. My head was fine, so just a matter of, cautionary reasons and working, getting back on the ice, getting as best as you can prepared to be in game shape and ready to go again. Thank you.
Thanks, Duncan.
Thanks, guys.
Ready to go, guys?
Yeah.
Well, Brad, you haven't been on an NHL deal for the last couple of years. You earned yourself one this year in the minors, and now you're back in the league. Did you think that, you got to keep the dream alive, but did you think this is something that could ultimately come to fruition over the course of the last couple of years?
You know what? I don't know if I necessarily thought it could happen, but I didn't want to roll over and die and give up on myself or, even just the guys in Bakersfield. I think as an older guy, I wanted to, keep pressing as a player and just keep working, and then that seemed to correlate into better results. And here we are today.
Jay said you were better this year than the past couple of years. Was there something specifically you worked on that has gotten you back in the National Hockey League?
To be honest, I stayed in Bakersfield last summer just with the pandemic, and we worked with Travis Lay, our trainer in Bakersfield, and just adjusted a few things, a lot more emphasis on cardio, changed up my diet. And then, I think just, with maturity, having 2 kids, life away from the rink is a lot more settled. So coming to the rink and, putting on your skates is something that I enjoy every day, and that's just kind of the outlook I have.
If you watch Bakersfield play and you watch the Oilers over the last 9 games, the Oilers look like you guys play. Have you had a chance?
Yeah.
Is there something specific with how Jay and Dave Manson coach that sort of has you guys playing? Had you guys playing down there with a certain sort of style that's maybe translated to here as well?
Yeah, I think there's a mix of detail and work ethic. I think the system that they have implemented, it kind of goes hand in hand here, and the Jay does a really good job of not leaving any detail unturned and communicating that to the rest of the guys in the room. So the game plan's very clear, and everyone knows what they're doing out there, and then the expectation is just to work. And like I said, you put those 2 together, it's a pretty good formula.
You showed some gamesmanship in the last preseason game that you played in Everett. They were running around a bit, and you settled a couple guys down. I mean, that just sort of, not that you're an enforcer in any way, but just part of maybe some of what you bring at times?
Yeah, I mean, just I've known my role. I'm a fourth-line guy and an energy guy, so if I get the opportunity to go out there, again, it's detail and work ethic. I think that's one of the reasons I've had success under Woody, is just trying to be able to play within a structure with a lot of effort, and he rewards guys for that, so that's kind of what I've been leaning on.
Do you appreciate it more now than maybe you would have when you were a little bit younger, because you don't know how long this is going to last?
Yeah, I think the whole idea is just to enjoy it. Perspective has definitely changed. You got a young son that was already talking about hockey, so when you get to kind of share that moment with him, it's definitely changes your perspective, and it makes it a lot more special.
Is there anything you think you can do to make it a full-time spot up here? Anything that they've said they want to see from you that can make it long-term?
You know what, I think at this point it's just game to game, but it definitely helps coming into a situation like this as a call-up with coaches that you're familiar with and they're familiar with you. I think there's a lot of understanding on both sides, so I know what they expect of me as a player, and then I think if I just keep applying, like I said, the details and work ethic, whatever happens, happens. Thanks, guys.
Well, and a real interesting, on a micro level, a real interesting storyline. Brad Malone looks like he's going to be in the lineup today. Just a thought on his journey to get back in the NHL. Didn't have an NHL deal last few years. Obviously, a huge character player for you. But, you've got a comfort level with him, and it's a pretty interesting story.
Yeah, I think Brad's been a good soldier for the Edmonton Oilers organization over the last 4 or 5 years. He's someone that has helped numerous young players' development along the way. And what I really think over the last few years especially, I've seen his game get better. He's been someone who's been able to contribute in multiple different fashions down in Bakersfield. He's getting an opportunity tonight. He's a big body. He gets in on the forecheck. He has experience penalty killing, and he's a natural center iceman. So I'm happy for him. He certainly earned this opportunity, and I know that he's looking to make a contribution tonight.
Duncan Keith, Kato Yamamoto taking the morning skate. Where are you at Duncan looks like he's ready to go.
Yeah, it looks like Dunk's going to be ready to go, and Yamo's going to be a game time decision. But it was good news that he was on the ice for us today, and we're excited about it.
I know the focus is on your team, and not in any way, shape, or form to denigrate the Flyers, but they're not Tampa Bay, Florida, or Carolina. What do you do to ensure? I mean, you guys played at a pretty good level in those first 3 games in the road trip.
Well, I think heading into each day, and that is what we've been trying to do, is take things one day at a time, because we know the rigors of the National Hockey League schedule. We know the quality of opponents that we're seeing. So we've been trying to take things one day at a time. And for me, it's important for us to be single-minded in our purpose tonight, which is to continue to get better, continue to grow our game. And we know that we're going to be taking on a team that just knocked off the Washington Capitals last game. So we're going to have our hands full, and we expect our best effort.
Jay, it also looks like Mikko Koskinen is going tonight. When he's coming off a performance like that, how much confidence does that kind of instill in the rest of the group heading into an important matchup for you guys here?
Yeah, I wouldn't even just go back to his last game. I'd go back to before he came down with COVID and was in the COVID protocols. He's put up some good numbers here over the last little while. As I've said to you on numerous occasions, we have confidence in both our goaltenders. He should feel real good about where his personal game is at. That last game was excellent, but that was a few days ago. We're about today and focusing on this quality opponent that we see in the Philadelphia Flyers. We know that they have great skill and some players that are very dangerous if you give them time and space in the offensive zone. So that's where our focus is tonight.
What helps? What's the benefit to continuing to go 11-7?
Well, I think for us, given the assets that we have in front of us, we feel it gives us the best chance to win the game. And we've liked the way we've played basically over the last 18 or 19 days. And it's something that I think allows us to spread the minutes amongst the many, rather than consolidating them amongst the few. And for us, it seems to be a recipe that our players enjoy, and we've seen positive signs through those first 18 days, and now it's time, like I said earlier, to continue to grow and take a step here today.
It allows you to spread the minutes among the defensemen, but do you worry about overplaying maybe some of your core forwards a little bit more this time of year, when you'd maybe rather have them a little bit fresher come playoff time?
Well, I'm going to start at the end of your question there first, which was you're going to the month of May. I'm focused on today. Our team is focused on today. We're focused on the quality of opponent that's in front of us in the Philadelphia Flyers. So that's where our focus is. In terms of spreading the minutes out, yes, for our D-core, I think that's a really good thing that we can spread that out, especially when we had such young D-men in the lineup and not a lot of experience back there. But I also think it allows us to spread the minutes out up front. I would disagree with you. I don't think we have been necessarily overplaying our top people. If you go back and you look at the 9 games that we've gone 11-7, actually, I think the minutes are down for our top forwards. But what we're doing when we go 11-7, we're getting more people involved with more minutes. I think our players have responded to it. We're figuring out everyone's capabilities and who can handle a little bit more in certain areas, and so that's where I would go with that. I think more people are getting involved with more minutes.
And just among the young defensemen, what have you seen from Philip Broberg? I know you had him down in the American League. What have you seen from him up here as he continues to develop and grow his game?
Well, Philip's an excellent skater. His legs are his best asset. He's somebody who has gained a lot of experience. Him and I were just talking about that this morning, which was where he's come from the first day of rookie camp to where he is now. He's contributing to a real good defense core and a good team in the National Hockey League. I think his biggest steps have come through experiential learning, learning how good this league is, learning the capabilities of opponents, learning the time score time and score during a game, and when to maybe jump up, or when we're protecting something to maybe give something up in terms of getting up the ice. Those are all things I see growth in his game. I'm excited about where he's trending, and a few years from now, I think we're going to have a real good, contributing top 4 defenseman on our hands.
Jay, one more. Do you have an update on Nugent Hopkins?
Nugent Hopkins went home because he's not day to day; he's more week to week. But that's where we're at with that, with the upper body injury. Good.
Thanks, Jay.